With the latest trend, Chandana, now people are planning to have a chip in their hands to pay money or to open doors without the fob keys. Are we going to become the part human or part machine?
Okay. That's an interesting question for us. So, with the keys being embedded, so this is not really. I wouldn't call it a life enhancing tool, but what this has been, in fact, it's not a new trend. This has been in existence for over 6 or 7 years.
Oh, wow.
With embedded chips, and actually longer than that in some countries. But the thing is.
Hello, beautiful people of the world. Welcome back to the Happy Conversation Idea Show. Here you can learn and flourish with the thoughts, ideas, and the stories of the happiest people. I'm your host, Happy Bains here, certified career and lifestyle coach. Every episode, I bring special guests to share their thoughts, ideas, and stories. Have you ever thought every person wants to live healthier, happier, and longer? According to research and studies, for more than a century, we have managed to add an average of 0.3 years to our life expectancy every year. But think, what would happen if we had the genius technology to add a year of life expectancy every year? How can we reverse the aging process? That's the question. Let's hear from my dignified friend who is a doctor and scientist and a caring person. Dr. Chandana is the Chief Scientific Officer for Lifeguard Digital Health Inc. Chandana is an expert scientist and professor in digital health and informatics from Australia, holding a PhD in the field. She has pioneered and implemented digital public health solutions in Australia, has published widely with over 140 scientific peer-reviewed publications. She currently represents Australia in the UN COPUOS STSC via WG-SGH expert group. She has also been an expert advisor to the WHO Digital Technical Advisory Board. In Canada, she has been an advisor to the Digital Technology Supercluster and expert faculty in blockchain applications in health at the University of British Columbia, and a member of a mental and substance use collaborative of Standard Council Canada, SCC, from Health Canada. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Chandana to the Happy Conversation Idea Show. Chandana, welcome to the Happy Conversation Idea Show. We are so delighted. I'm honored for your precious time that you have given. I know, sorry, we missed out that you are in Canada and I couldn't meet you before you leaving to Australia. But here we are. We found the solution to meet online and to have a wonderful conversation with you. Chandana, welcome, please.
Thank you. I'm honored to be on your show.
Thank you so much, Chandana. Chandana, please tell us, how did you found your purpose in choosing your successful career?
Okay, I'd like to begin from a very long time journey. The whole public health career that I currently have was inspired by my own personal journey, which was a major accident that happened towards the end of my teen years, which had me in a very bad shape, in a coma, literally, and I've gone through that journey, got through it in 2 years, from a career that started off as a ballet dancer to a public health professional. That was the inspiration of the change.
Wow.
So it's the second lease of life. And I felt that I should give back to the world that saved me. And that's where it started. It's been very long. It's more than 25 years now. And that's what inspired me. I am brought up in Australia. So I'm from Melbourne. And so that's in brief where it came from. There's been a lot of hurdles, hiccups, good things, bad on the way, similar to everyone else.
What a passionate and inspiring journey. As you said, you've been dancer too as well. So that's fascinating. But sorry to hear about your incident happen. But you are here, healthy, and smarter and intelligent and giving the best to the world, what we require these days. And we have a lot of wonderful questions, and our audience can't wait. So, being a CSO, Chief Scientist Officer of the Lifeguard Digital Health Inc., what was the idea behind starting the Lifeguard, and how does it enhance the human being? And how did it start? Just share us about.
Okay. So Lifeguard Digital Health is a Canadian company, and it was begun by someone, Mr. Jeff Hardy, who is currently the CEO.
Okay.
And it was inspired for him. It was inspired by his own journey from recovering from alcohol and substance abuse, and a tagline that inspired me to join the company, which was, how can we save us from ourselves? And something that stuck in my head for years. And true to his belief and what he wanted to do, and that is his passion, and that's what kept me in Canada and working with Lifeguard. I've had my career prior to Lifeguard. So in Australia, I've been, my work is mainly in digital health. Which is a combination of how technology can work in the health field, both in hospitals, public health, and for people in general, including mental health, counseling, to telesurgeries to telehealth. It's a broad spectrum. So that's where it came from. And in my journeys, one of them was going into Canada on a particular conference where I was exposed to the opioid crisis, which was really high at that point. And in that pretext, I met Mr. Jeff Hardy, who is the founder and CEO of Lifeguard Digital Health. And instead of jumping on a plane the next day, coming back to Australia, I stayed for the next 5 years in Canada.
Wow.
An inspiring man, and he's created the company, which has grown from 0 to 50 plus people at this point.
Fantastic.
Which also includes a lot of people who have been in a very bad situation or before, is given people chance to recover themselves, come back to life, work in the company, and many times along with some of the expert minds and passionate people in maybe sales and marketing to science and technology, and a whole bunch of, we've even set up what we call the R&D division as Lifeguard Labs, which has a whole set of scientists, each one an expert in their own field, passionate about bringing applied solutions into public health.
Fantastic. This is very innovative. I really admire that. And I hope people, and especially people who are getting benefit out of it, they will be very inspired and delighted to have their services. So Chanda, please tell us, in the near future, what strategic planning and innovative ideas development can we see regarding to the lifestyle advancement?
Okay, for this, just to explain this, I will need to step up, take you through the journey of Lifeguard. So Lifeguard was really launched at the time as a SaaS, or a software as a solution, at the time, at the peak of the pandemic period, which is May 2020. Prior to that, it was still the version. So it is a solution. We call it a virtual buddy. So it is in simple words, it's a mobile application, which the substance use, the people who actually are substance users, they're able to use that so that they can prevent themselves from overdosing.
Okay.
So overdosing, and the overdoses can lead to death in 10 minutes. So it's a way of saving people's lives. We do have a patented 911 direct connection to the application, which is what we started off with. And then we went into, over a period of time in the last 3 or 4 years, we've connected to services like the crisis line, suicide line, any of the services near you, mental health resources. We've had the support of Health Canada and many other government entities to support us in the journey, to help save people in the first place so they can live a better life and get to their full potential. A lot of youth and young people were passing away for the overdoses, with recreational or otherwise, for the addiction. And it's a support mechanism to save people and enhance their life. Take them from saving their life. Once the life is saved, you take them on a different journey, give them support to get into, whatever support they require.
Wow.
So for this, we work with various entities, bodies, indigenous communities, construction work communities. There are different segments which require a special support, and also in a very privacy-controlled, secure environment. And that's what we do.
Now, this is very ingenious, very strategic, and very powerful services you are providing and saving lives, which is remarkable. So my humble salute to you here for this genius work you are doing. Chandana, you are also an active associate professor at the university in Australia. What advice can you give to the people who want to start their job or career in the digital health industry?
So the work that I do here, particularly in Australia is very applied in perspective. So whatever solutions are developed through the university, it's very connected to the industry. And so the students actually get to understand what are the applied solutions out there, what can they add, and what can they value add or reinvent, or new innovations as they come. So we get people to develop, as the new technologies evolve, where can they go and help the public health field is what we teach. And most of the people that who are my students are mainly practitioners, either health practitioners or public health or allied health. So it's a very direct connection to the industry, and it's in a way what we teach, or at least what I teach, is very applied. So it's slightly very different in approach to many other educational institutions, and it's also pioneered in Australia in some ways. And it's been very effective because people find their way through education straight into, because they're connected to the industry, they find their pathway, a career pathway, quite easily.
Wow, nice. That's good. That's very helpful. And I believe that various young adults or other professionals will be taking advantage of that. And definitely your information will be here down below at the link, and they can just reach out to you if they have questions too. Thanks, Chandana. Chandana, you also currently represent Australia in the UN via an expert groups, and have also been an expert advisor to the WHO Digital Health Advisory. Now, what are the challenges and advantage? You like to share your thought on that, please?
So the organizations such as the UN and the World Health Organization, they are not commercial entities. And what countries do is they share knowledge. It's about knowledge exchange and knowledge sharing. And whatever, for example, a pandemic solution to future pandemics may be available in one corner of the world where you never thought about. And that can be shared with all the countries because the whole world faced it at one point. And that's the kind of work that these entities are aimed at doing. We do use a lot of information sharing, and not personal data or privacy, anything that to do with that. It is mostly to do with how can one country help the others, and what are we doing as compared to the others in terms of applying these technologies. So Australia has a lead in the digital health world because we implemented in 2019, prior to the pandemic, a national e-health record was implemented within
Wow.
Australia, which means that every citizen has a national health record that connects everything: their hospitals, their medical history, the labs, their general practitioners, physicians, expert advice, everything relating to health is connected. And it's protected by a very heavy defense-based technology protocol using blockchain,
Okay.
which is also a pioneering venture. And this is where this is the type of ventures that we do, and those kind of technologies. How, as technologies evolve, the challenges also evolve. As you all know, we all know there are, data gets breached. There are attempts to breach into different areas, but there are also methods to protect this.
Wow, fantastic. You
So when
just
you're looking at a legacy technologies, you need to move to a new technology and then use new methods to protect that. And
wow,
that's where the
fantastic.
world is going.
This is
And that
phenomenal.
is my work, which has been with the United Nations since 2011.
Oh, wow. This is quite a long time and that long journey, and you have expanded and you explored and experienced such a vast experience. And thanks for sharing your insight and thoughts on that. And we can learn more about this too. Now, what do you seek in terms of collaborating with diverse stakeholders and international organizations?
Um, Personally, I feel that I learn from everything and everything.
Okay.
It could be things that are going wrong or right. In various jurisdictions, various geographies, the journeys might be quite different. In a very logical manner, if you look at Commonwealth nations, they all have, mostly all of them have the universal healthcare, which means the public health situation is free and there is a lot of government support. But if you look at a different model, like the US model, we don't have universal healthcare. So that's a different model, but there is ways and means that each of these situations work. And what I personally look at is how can technology solve some of the public health problems as a massive scale,
Okay.
whether the support is from the government or from another entity or the models of care are different. How can this benefit the happiness of the public in a way, so that it is life enhancing,
Okay.
rather than looking at just as a very brief example, during the pandemic when there were lockdowns, um, a lot of people died of many different type of crises. And it's not that they were unwell or sick. It was mostly because they were bored and they had no one to talk to in a lockdown
Yes.
situation, and people do get into mental health issues. How can we resolve these sort of things using technology?
Yes.
May not happen, and there are different ways of doing it. And
Okay.
digital health is a very good platform for it.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing. And I know it was very saddening during that COVID time and all, but we came out all together with unity and find better solutions and
Yeah.
all. Salute to all the great workers around the world, individuals too as well.
Mhm.
Uh, can you just share your thoughts or ideas about not only eliminating or finding the better reasoning,
Mhm.
the MRIs and X-rays, these are the lengthy processes and result oriented. When you go to MRI, then your time comes very late. You have to wait for 3, 4, 5, 6 months for that. Some countries, and also when you do X-rays and all, these are lengthy process and all, which takes months and months. What are your thoughts or ideas on that, either about eliminating or finding solution to reduce those period time, or is there any health app can take over that part?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Over the last decade, there's so many different type of technologies that have come out. Um, uh, I do not feel that it takes so long already. So because we are in some countries, we are at a time where telesurgeries are being conducted remotely. So it's not uncommon anymore.
Okay.
So with the MRI scanning, the imagery, those are, it definitely does not take months. It only takes maximum weeks at the most. And there are what we call as SAMD solutions, which is the software as a medical device solutions, which support medical devices, which enhance, if there is an MRI, there are to enhance those images, enhance those scanning and the MRI reports. There are devices that are available to help support this, and they come under a completely different jurisdiction. It's also in Canada, it's controlled, there is laws and legal regulations on how it can be used. AI, as you know, it's becoming a big this thing, but again, it's regulated. It's highly regulated, and under the regulation, it's definitely possible to go through these tests very quickly. If I were to give an example in Australia, this is actually you're at home, your blood test can be taken by you and streamed straight to a GP's desk.
Okay.
It's all connected, and
Fantastic.
it's almost the same time. It's a real time.
Great. I hope no, go ahead, please.
So perhaps the education about what is out there is still lacking, and that's what most countries are trying to educate the public, that these are out there already, and these are not just theory, they're already available as applications. And hopefully with the efforts of the bigger bodies, such as the UN, it'll be shared much more easily.
Fantastic. This was one of my greatest top fan question of my podcast. He was asking Mr. Ray from Canada that about his MRI, and hopefully he will get this valuable information and he can be happy with that too. Now, with the latest trend, Chandana, now people are planning to have a chip in their hands to pay money or to open doors without the fob keys. Are we going to become the part human or part machine?
Okay, that's an interesting question for us. So, with the keys being embedded, so this is not really. I wouldn't call it a life enhancing tool. But what this has been, in fact, it's not a new trend. This has been in existence for over 6 or 7 years.
Oh, wow.
These embedded chips. And actually longer than that in some countries. But the thing is, similar to how you get a tattoo, and that's how people are planning to do these days, which is more of a trend and fashion rather than, okay, a decade later, tattoos will go out of fashion. Yeah. And then there will be methods to how to get rid of tattoos. So it's just a trend. I wouldn't say it is life enhancing or decreasing. It's a trend, like everything in fashion. It's a trend, and it will go, or it may or may not.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend it because that's unless you require a chip for any sort of I'm not sure if you've heard of Synchron, one of the companies that are putting in for people who are paraplegics or who are unable to move, and their brain is still very active. This is similar to what Neuralink is trying to do. It's already in existence. Synchron is a chip that is inserted into the brain so that people can use their brain to surf the internet, do other functions without any other person supporting them, even though they're on the bed.
Fantastic.
So it's a life-enhancing solution. It was founded in Australia by Thomas Huxley, and it's been in existence for 5-6 years. And currently, it's launched in the US. So the chips like that do exist, but that is life-enhancing for people who cannot do it. But doing that as a mainstream activity, I wouldn't recommend it.
Wow, this is phenomenal. I know it's so valuable advice you have given. This is excellent. Human enhancement. I like that. Those who need it, they will have it for the sake of their betterment and healthy lifestyle. But those who
Mhm.
don't need just for a fashion and trend, it can go and lead somewhere else too. So we all are responsible for having or having it not. This is our choice. Such a smart answer. Thanks, Chandana, on that. Now you highlighted all the fantastic, phenomenal answers from your lifeguard digital health and how the benefits and advantage and the other side were too. This question is for the woman empowerment, especially as in a passionate woman and scientist and doctor. How do you champion new ideas and new creative ideas for operating business? You're into
Okay,
business.
if I were to take, I will take Lifeguard Digital Health, and we
Okay.
do have a whole team of people. And one of the things that the CEO has built is no idea can be thrown out.
Okay.
Every idea, whoever brings it, maybe, no idea is stupid, everyone is heard. So, and that's something that he lives by. And we do have a passionate group of people, and they're quite young. And what we generally do, we do have times where we simulate these ideas. Okay, I have this sparkling, and you have these whiteboards, and you have these action-packed days.
Yes.
Where it's not only the R&D division, it's also the tech people who integrate. There are sales and marketing people who come up with an idea. Everyone sort of works together, and we kind of break the idea into pieces. And sometimes we are all talking the same thing in different ways.
Wow.
So that's anything that sparks. He likes to keep it, and true to that word, he does. I mean, we do have our own power, but that's okay. But it's more to do with it's a mindset, which works in entrepreneurship. It's almost like the company actually invests a lot into R&D.
Fantastic. This is
A
brilliant.
significant part of their work goes back into R&D, and rather than making a huge profit out of anything, we go back into creating more solutions, which is the idea is to get a broad spectrum of solutions from the youth to seniors, the
Fantastic.
whole spectrum of human life. So we do have currently 3 major products, and we're going into, linking them all into telehealth, into, the whole spectrum. We also, although we live mainly in the mental health, substance abuse, be in that area to fulfill the people who are in that crisis and provide support for emergency. But we're kind of expanding in our horizons so that we cover the whole spectrum of human life.
Fantastic. This is great. Okay, regarding to the idea, as I always say in my coaching and seminars, an idea is like a slippery fish. It will not last in your hand. We need to write down, and before it's gone from our, maybe we can wait for another 10, 15 areas. It will never come back to our memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Great.
So we don't throw anything out. We keep it. And
Yep.
if we cannot find something that's close enough immediately, we keep it on the shelf and bring it back again.
Fantastic. These are I usually call the parking lot ideas. Nothing goes waste. You need to park it in a parking lot, and sometime it will come, and that it can reduce and save lives and save tens and hundreds of years also. An idea worth saving, yeah, and idea worth sharing too as well. Thanks, Chanda, for this first round. We did that about your educational part, your company and your benefits, your lifeguard, and how they're helping and where they can reach and all. Let's do this second round. We call Make the World Happy Round. Yes, short, sweet, humorous, intelligent answers are waiting. So are you ready for that?
Sure.
Let's do it. This quick one. Okay. What does happiness means to you?
Oh. I think dance. And that's for me, that's happiness. I can forget everything.
Dance makes you move. You don't have words, don't have music. Dance. Let's dance. Got feet. Let's dance.
Yes, I do it, and even after my journey going from in a coma to this, I still dance. I'm part of a theater, and I still do, and I'm still passionate about it. So,
Fantastic.
yeah, for me,
Yes,
that makes me happy.
that's good. Okay, what does success means to you?
That's a very different story. Success for me would be that I'm able to get up next day and look at the sun and say, okay, the sun has risen again.
Fantastic. What a simple yet profound answer. Here it is. Okay, what does failure mean to you?
It's a learning opportunity.
That's the scientist answer, learning opportunity. Someone said that Mr. Thomas Edison has done thousands of invention, but he failed or he didn't complete it. When he was asked, they said, Mr. Edison, you got failed. He said, I didn't fail. I just tried several ways and it didn't work out. What a scientific answer. Great. Now, okay, Chandana, you have to choose one. Okay, this question, you have to only choose one.
Okay.
What would you like to have more in your life? Dance, love, sex, money, or fame?
Dance.
Ooh, I like that dancing part. People who dance are not boring, and other people are also not boring. But this is a very nice element that dance makes you move to relieve all the stress and worry and all. It's a good way to dance. Lovely.
Yep.
Okay, next. Will there be nursing robot, doctor, or surgeon to help humans in future?
There is already.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there is already. Okay, we will be aging with dignity or fear with the digital healthcare system.
Dignity.
I like that, with dignity, yes. What do you prefer to say? Digital health or a health factory or something that sounds more natural healing?
Digital health.
Digital health. You're in that industry, so you will care that. Okay, can you share?
I think it doesn't, nothing else describes the spectrum.
Okay, that's very intelligent way to see that. I agree with that. Can you share an idea? How will you experiment with thoughts?
My way of doing this is I throw a question. If I have a certain thought, I experiment with my students. Technically, I throw the question at them and then let's see what comes out back. And it's all, in another way, it's a brainstorming exercise. And usually that works.
Wow.
I can see a whole set of people talking about, they get really engaged in that whole idea. And at the end of 1 hour, you have a lot of things.
Wow. I should be in your classroom next time, then jolting down all the greatest idea of the world.
No, I don't actually ask them to do that. I just sort of say, just talk. That's one of the most difficult things these days with people of a different generation.
Yeah.
They like to text and write everything down. They don't talk enough.
I got it.
And I get them to talk. So my classes run as workshops, seminars. Yes. I don't teach a theory class. So it's more, at the end of it, they've sort of learned, they get tricked into doing what they need to do.
Oh, wow. Great. Thanks for sharing that great idea. I like communication. Verbal communication is great for me. And I know coming question, actually, I was about to ask that, but still I will ask. But next, okay. Are there biased algorithm or racist data, or human are racist in general?
That's a very general question. I can't really answer that because I don't know enough about everyone in the world. So, I can only talk about me.
Okay.
But if you're looking at it in a very scientific point of view, many of the algorithms, particularly in machine learning, you've got to be very careful to remove biases.
Okay.
Because the algorithms are usually created looking at a particular data. And that data has to be completely representative of every single point. And the more the data there is, obviously, multi-ethnic, sort of thing, it's becoming increasingly difficult because you're also dealing with someone like me who is also multi-race, multi-ethnic background, which is the new generation. So there's a mixture of races. Where do you put people? You can't. Earlier, we could say that as the generation is moving, I think we'll have less races because you're getting into a generation which is already mixed. So where will you put it?
So true on that. I agree with that.
So in a way, it's getting into a better place. as far as
What
I'm
a smart answer. You are super smart. I admire that quality. Now, related to health, and also these days, a lot of country can't help to provide their medicine and all. Will digital health apps prevent people from buying medicines?
No,
Okay.
because digital health apps are located in a completely enabling or facilitating kind of point.
Okay.
It is not replacing treatment, diagnosis, or delivery of medicines.
Okay.
They're
Fantastic.
completely different solutions. So it's a middle person. I would call digital health as a middleman.
Middleman. Okay. Regarding ethical and fast response, what is your favorite communication method? An app, a chatbot, AI, verbal device, or personalized communication?
We are going into personalized communication using an app.
Okay.
It's called Precision Health, and that's what people are going. So for just to clarify that, we kind of have, let's say, a multi-ethnic kind of background person.
Okay.
That person might have a very different gene pool, and genetic mutations might be very completely different. For that's where the whole of health is going in that direction, where one size or one solution, even if you take pain medication, even if that one solution may not fit the general public.
True.
Because we're all going to be very different. So how can we prevent, because something that works for you might be allergic to another person, and could die, make the person die. So that's something that people are going. So I would say personalized precision medicine, as we call it, is where I would like things to go, and digital health is an enabler.
Okay, fantastic. That's a wonderful sharing. That's a great way to put it. Okay, as a health scientist, what will you invent for happiness in personal and relationship?
What would I like to invent?
Yes.
I still haven't experimented with dance apps. I need to experiment.
Okay.
That's what I would personally like. During the pandemic, we tried this experiment of doing virtual dancing. I wasn't happy with that. So I really, it sort of eliminates that when you dance, you're not only an individual. At least the dancing that I do, it's in a whole group. We kind of miss that. And how can you translate that into a kind of an app or a digital health app? It's something that I haven't experimented. I would love to.
Okay. That's fantastic. Yeah. Everything is like a brand new day whenever you wake up. Great.
Yes.
Now, will digital health program will help humans to live more than 120 years?
Really depends whether you want to live 120 years or not.
Why not? Everyone should at least go beyond 100. 1 century is at least a decent one. I think so.
Yes, to answer that question that you posed, yes, you can. Where we are heading towards is, can this enabler, digital health as an enabler, make people live longer, healthier, and happy lives? And that's what the whole, the whole element is about. And definitely, yes.
Fantastic. I think you answered the next 2 questions also, but I will still ask. So what are your favorite healthy recipes?
In terms of
food, let's say. We talked a lot about medicine technology.
I like to do simple stuff, and I'm not a very complicated person in terms of food. I'm not a foodie, but I like to eat simple, but not genetically modified foods.
Okay.
I'm very careful about that particular thing, and probably because I grew up in Australia, so we do have, everything is kind of fresh around here. So
nice.
As much as fresh things that I can do, I'm not for processed foods. It's not something that I'm used to, but that's a personal choice.
Perfect.
There are people who live on processed foods all their life. Nothing happens to them. I don't think. Many people say that this is bad for health or that is bad for health. It's individuals. if you
Agree.
are used or conditioned to a certain type of living, there are people who live, without drinking water and Coca-Cola for their entire life. Nothing happens. You can live up to 100. Nothing really happens. But
Magical. That's
it's just
magical.
conditioning. It's I don't attribute that. This is bad or this is good. Everything in moderation.
Fantastic. That's good. Everything in moderation. Albert Einstein's one of the philosophy, I don't know, it was he said like, keep bicycle like a bicycle. Life should be like a bicycle. Keep pedaling, not too fast, not too slow. Movement.
Yeah.
Keep going on.
If you
Now,
if you keep that up, you can live longer and
I agree.
healthier and happier. But if
Fantastic.
you can accelerate at times and you can de-accelerate at times, but to each one their own.
Fantastic. I like that. Okay, next. Do you believe in working harder, more innovative, or faster?
I would say both.
Okay.
I like the whole adrenaline rush of the innovation, but moving faster
Okay.
at the same time more efficiently.
I
I
love
do
that.
like structure and process, but also moving faster because the technology world that we live in is really fast, and if you don't actually use that technology for our benefit, 20 years later, it's not going to work the same way.
I agree. Such a creative answer. Thanks so much. Okay, next. What is the most powerful? A thought, idea, or story? Or all three?
I think all three work in different proportions.
Okay.
Thought
All
has
right.
to be there, otherwise nothing happens. And if it is an idea that goes out of the window, and again, it's not useful. And then I think it's a balance, between all of them, and different ideas at different times have different value, but nothing is out of place.
Fantastic. You've been successful in your career as a doctor and scientist. Now, quickly, if you can tell three things which can help to start a new career.
Having started a new career myself, I wouldn't say that is an easy task. It took me a lot of courage to move from, because I was so extremely passionate about ballet, and that's what I was trained on, and moving from there to a completely different career. Give me a life again, I would go back to dancing.
Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, now here is something personal to you, related woman. Never say that specific word or a sentence when a woman is angry.
Oh, when I'm angry, which is a very rare occasion, I don't get angry normally. I get upset, I don't get angry. But once I'm angry, I don't hear or see anything.
Okay.
I don't hear it, I don't see it, nothing. When I'm angry, I'm fully angry.
What a smart answer. Okay, being in a health industry, now this is the question to you. Next, quick one. What is the best health advice you have ever received?
Best health advice. I think when I was going through my journey with the accidents, and one of the best things that I've received is that you don't need surgery. You can do other things to get this better.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
And it changed my life, I have to say. So, the technology was so advanced here that there was a lot of other, withdrawing all the medications and going through, things like laser and there's so many other methods, which has really given me my life. I'm the living proof to that.
Fantastic. Yes, it is. So what is the worst health advice you have ever received?
I wouldn't say that I have received any.
Okay. All right.
I've been just plain lucky. Let's put it that way.
Okay. We're coming to the end now. The show will wrap up soon, Chandana. Now, imagine, this is the imagination question, okay? Imagine, Chandana, if God makes you a man for a day, what will you do more of and less of?
For that, to answer that, I have to think like a man, which I don't. So I'm not sure. Oh, to be very honest, I mean,
Okay.
if
All
I
right.
became a man, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it'll be any different.
Okay. All right. That's a great answer itself too as well. If you will come to know after the show, you can always text or call me and tell happy I found out
Sure.
that answer. Okay. Now, okay, this is imagination question too, but this is real one. If you were the host of the show and if I would be the guest of the show, what question you would have asked me?
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Wow, wow. This is a very simple yet profound question. What makes me happy is there's several factors, but one of the factors is to organize and be the host of the show, to collect and to hear the thoughts, ideas, and stories of the happiest people like you. So I don't consider happiness related to wealth, tangible or intangible, or it's somewhere in between. Happiness is we can pursue, we can see, witness in ourselves, internal and external too. So for me, what makes me happy is to see my special guest comes like you, who share their happiness thoughts and make the world happy place, more happier and healthier. I hope I answer your question. Okay,
Sure.
next, quick.
Thank you.
What is your prediction for 2050 in the healthcare industry? Anything you can share aside on that?
Well, I think the health industry, in terms of technology, is leapfrogging. Really,
Okay.
in every country, it's happened. I
Okay.
mean, if you take the question of telehealth in 2 years, telehealth has become mainstream.
Wow.
We never thought that would happen. So that's something. Even though, in many countries it was not even existent. So I think there will be, when we're thinking about 2050, even things like robots will become mainstream. Um, I mean, I live with a robot which vacuums my floor, so I'm used to it for so many years. So
Wow.
it's a normal, why not? You can turn it into, the simple things
That'll be
so that
helpful.
we can actually focus on building things like that rather than doing it ourselves. So there's so many little things. I think technology has a very interesting pathway at the moment.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing. Okay, Chandna, what is your favorite word or a quote?
Hmm. Let's pick the Australian one. The sun will rise again tomorrow.
I love it. That's a beautiful. The sun will rise again tomorrow. Of course, that's good. So, what is your
Have that
favorite?
here in Australia. This is a very common phrase that we use because, no worries, the sun will rise again tomorrow.
My Australian fan and friends will definitely hear this is my podcast and they will laugh, but they're generous and they will share their comments also on this. I know that.
Sure.
What is your favorite book? Which one you're reading or you will recommend?
Okay, you're probably going to find this very funny. I don't read books.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean, I know that I'm a scientist, but the only read books that I read or skim or everything is online. And I'm not a fiction reader. I live in the digital health world and I do everything digitally. So basically, I don't touch those printed books. I don't have them. I don't use them. So I can't really comment.
Okay.
I watch movies instead. So, I watch documentaries to anything that I can. And my favorite pastime is obviously dance and more dance.
Yes.
So
I like that part. Yeah. So same here. High five for the documentary. I've done research of over 18,000 hours, probably now more than 20 actually. That was in 2018 when I was graduated as a certified instructor from Napoleon Hill Foundation. I was crowned with the certification to be instructor. Okay. And with that research and study, I've done a lot of documentary, research and study too. And read books definitely too. I'm a co-author of my book also. So that's why I asked. Okay.
I have authored books, but they are mainly in the field that I work in.
Please tell us.
They're all digital anyway.
Please tell us quickly. Which one
is that? You can just research on it. And mainly there are digital health books. There are over 140 scientific papers available. They're all peer reviewed. It's all available. So
Great. That was my
you can
question, but I
explore.
forgot to ask you, but now you already disclosed it. Thanks for sharing. Who's your
Yeah,
favorite scientist?
I don't think I have any favorites.
Okay.
I like to look at people when, when they contribute, and, I feel that every scientist who have contributed one thing or the other to the world has some contribution.
Nice. That's a
And I do
very
like the Eureka guy.
Eureka. Okay. Very humbling answer. Thanks so much. Okay, Chandana, what is the message to the beautiful people of the world?
We're all different, and it is the different type of roses, different type of flowers that make the garden beautiful.
What a beautiful, blissful answer. You enlightened my thoughts and my this day. And definitely, I will say that you will enlighten our audience mood as well, too. So how did you like the Happy Conversation Idea Show? What is your takeaway, Chanda?
I think it was a very happy conversation. That's what I would like to say. Unlike a lot of things that I do normally, I mean, I do a lot of these otherwise, and it's mainly for work and on a regular basis as well. So that's it's a different. It's it's a kind of natural, and I kind of like the idea that you're bringing out this conversation, and it's helping different people think in different ways, which brings in more knowledge into the world, which is great.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate and admire your intelligence, your contribution to your company, to your community around the world. You're working with the high dignity. And we need more and more beautiful souls like you. We all are beautiful souls, but someone realize in early stage, they start contributing the way you are doing. So we are honored. I'm pleased and honored. And thanks for your precious time coming on the show, sharing your thoughts, ideas, and stories. And thanks to the all audience who are listening and or watching here. And I would like to say thanks so much to the audience. What is that one thing that you like to take away or to ask Chanda? Please leave your comment below, and we will look into that and definitely bring more and more happiness in coming episodes. You are been best audience, and I could not say thanks enough because of your support. Thanks, Chanda, for coming and sharing your thoughts, ideas, and stories.
Thank you again. I'm humbled, and thank you again.
Thanks so much. Now, here is for your mental chewing diet. Now, after listening and watching to Dr. Channa's expertise and ideas and thoughts, story, what she have discussed with that, and it's such a phenomenal thing that I was really impressed, and I hope all the audience would have got some golden nuggets and specific ideas to deal with the health issues and to advance health. Now, question is, there are so many, we are bombarded with so many apps out there. We are bombarded with so many information there. What exactly that helps us to move forward in our personal and professional life? What does it take with technology, with digital technology, or without? What has helped you to make your conscious decision to be healthier, happier, and wiser? Now, question is this is not, I'm an expert to tell you what to do, what not to do. It's none of my business, or it is not anyone's business. This is your business that you have decided wherever you are, whatever you do, the way you do, you are the result of your own thoughts and ideas, and which will make your story. So what is your story? You have to be a remarkable story to leave the footprint in the heart of beautiful people and beautiful soul. My name is Happy Bains here. I'm a certified career and author and also a lifestyle expert. If you have any questions regarding to your career and lifestyle advancement, I'll be happy to answer you. All the information is linked below here, and you are happy to ask me the questions. Stay healthy and happy wherever you are, and be excellent to each other. Until the next episode,